Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's YunKs. Today, I'll be showing you guys the Zhalo Supercell. This is an exotic auto rifle with arc damage. Now, at the time being in Destiny, this is the only primary elemental weapon in year 2. Okay, guys, moving right along to the perks here. Zhalo Supercell arc projectiles have the chance to chain lightning when enemies are close together. Very, very unique right here. Moving on to the sights, I like to go with smart drift control here. And I do want to note aggressive ballistics will increase your impact significantly when it comes to looking at these stats and also reduce your stability. But when it comes to actual gameplay and numbers, it really isn't that significant, and I will explain this more in the gameplay. Moving on to persistence, this weapon grows more accurate the longer it is fired. Hammer forge, improve range and accuracy. Rifle barrel, increase range, slower reload. And brace frame, increase stability and reduce mag size. Now, normally I would like to go with brace frame for that extra stability, but my mag size will go from 36 to 28, and those 8 bullets are actually very, very important. This is an auto rifle and bullets will go quick, especially for a high rate of fire auto rifle like this one. So you want to make sure your max size is as high as possible, and that is why I personally go with hammer forged. Moving on to the last perk. Bolts from the blue. Double kills with this weapon charge a small amount of super energy and return ammo to the mag. Okay, that is also a very unique perk, and I will explain this more in the gameplay too. Anyway, guys, let's take a look at the aesthetics. Alright, looks like a modded out AK-47 with a bulb-up design with some electricity running through it. Pretty badass. Anyway, guys, let's get right into the gameplay. So the very first thing I did with the Zhalo Supercell was take it to the Ultra Knight here on the Dreadnought to see how fast I could possibly put him down. And I do want to note here, I was using aggressive ballistics for this just to put him down a tad bit faster with that little extra damage. Now, it took me 13 seconds using 2.5 mags, and each headshot dealing 393 to 397 damage to the head. Okay, guys, now we're moving right along to PvP, and if you pay close attention to the bottom left corner of my screen, you will see my super bar jump up after I get these double kills just a tad bit, and I also get 18 plus bullets straight into my mag, not from my reserves. That is the bolts from the blue perk working for you right there. Very, very nice to have, but I must say this is definitely more of a PvE perk, but it still comes into effect in PvP, but not nearly as much as it would in PvE. Anyway, guys, the Zhalo Supercell will deal 20 damage to the head and 16 damage to the body, but this does depend on what range you're at. If you're too far away, you will definitely not get these numbers, guys. This is an auto rifle, and this is meant for close range combat, maybe medium-ish range at the very most. So try to stay in tight quarters when using this weapon, because that damage drop-off is at a fairly close distance. Anyway, guys, the aggressive ballistic sight on the Zhalo Supercell will increase your impact by a whole 1 damage in the Crucible, dealing 21 damage to the head instead of 20, and dealing 17 damage to the body instead of 16. But regardless of aggressive ballistics or not, it'll still take about 10 shots to put somebody down if all your shots are headshots, or it'll take about 12 to 13 shots to put somebody down if all your shots are body shots. And because it only deals 1 extra damage in the Crucible, I personally do not think it is worth going with aggressive ballistics, because it will decrease your stability quite significantly. And for this gameplay footage, I have used both smart drift control and aggressive ballistics, and I choose smart drift control every single time over the aggressive ballistics. Anyway, guys, enough of that. Let's talk a little bit about the Zhalo Supercell perk itself with the chain lightning. It may have procced for me maybe once a game. It rarely happened, and when it did happen, it didn't even do very much damage at all. Maybe somewhere between 20 to 40 damage to the enemy it was hitting. So it's not too effective in PvP, at least in my experiences, but when it comes to PvE, I would definitely say this is much more effective. Now, let's talk a little bit about how I felt using the Zhalo Supercell in the Crucible, and honestly, it felt pretty damn good. It shoots very similar to a Monte Carlo when it comes to rate of fire and impact. This thing does have a little kick to it, but once you learn how to control that kick, it gets fairly easy to put down enemies, at least for me, guys. Now, it did not take me long to get my footage, and most importantly, I did have a lot of fun while using this weapon in the Crucible. Anyway, guys, leave in the comments and let me know, do you have a Zhalo Supercell? And if you do, what do you think of it? Do you use it for PvP or do you use it for PvE? Now, there is no doubt this weapon was definitely made for PvE because of its perks, bolts from the blue and Zhalo Supercell, allowing you to kill tier 1 enemies very quickly and efficiently, getting your super back, getting your ammo refunded, and all that good stuff. Anyway guys, that's really it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video and some further support. I'd highly appreciate it.